Hey guys, I am so excited about today's video because we are talking all about the new Stay Vulnerable collection from Rare Beauty. I do have the Nearly Mauve color story from that collection. If you love first impressions, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. If you would like to talk about some details about this, and then see me make a whole face and some swatches and stuff like that, then just keep watching. All right, guys, I'm going to read a little bit about the Stay Vulnerable collection. And while I do that, I'm going to overlay the close-ups and swatches and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the blush right now, and it says a breakthrough mistake-proof liquid-like cream blush that melts into a second skin for the most natural looking wash of soft focus color. Sounds really lovely. The liquid eyeshadow says a weightless liquid to powder eyeshadow that blends seamlessly for a quick buildable wash of long lasting waterproof crease resistant color. And then the lip gloss says a hydrating non-sticky long lasting lip gloss that cushions lips all day with soft, nourishing color and shine. Now that we have all the swatches and everything out of the way, let's go ahead and zoom you in and get into the makeup look. Hi. Okay, so I want to start out with the blush, so I'm opening that up. People were not kidding. This packaging is so cute. I heard Katie say on her stories that it reminded her of like an AirPods case, and that's exactly what it reminds me of. It is smaller than I thought it was. This is my City bronzer, and this is the Rare Beauty blush. So it is quite small. I feel like in the promo pictures it actually looked a little bit more bulky, but it is quite small and slim. Cute little Polly Pocket clamshell. Look at how cute, but like luxe at the same time, and that just like is the most satisfying little shape. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. 105 that I always use for blush, and I'm gonna pick some up. Oh, look at how much picked up though. I'm scared because I don't have a mirror in front of me. I'm gonna start back here. Okay. Oh, I should have blended that on my hand first. Let's see. Can we backtrack? I'm wiping it on my hand so I don't have any more pigment, hopefully. And then we'll blend. Now, I did not powder my face, but I do have a powder bronzer on. I have the Maybelline Fit Me bronzer on. Hold on. There's like a tiny little mirror here, but kind of hard to see the whole face. Now, I've heard some people say, I haven't watched a lot of reviews, but I've heard people talk about other people's reviews, if that makes sense. And I've heard people say that it is a lot more sheer than her other formula. It's really pretty. It's not as mauve-y as I thought it was gonna be. It is still quite warm, I feel like, whereas mauve to me is something that's more cool. But I think I'd be happy with this level of blush. It looks beautiful on the skin. It is like, I almost feel like it's like blurring my pores. Like it's somehow radiant, but like when the light shines it, instead of seeing all my pores, you just see like reflection, if that makes sense, instead of it accentuating anything. So I think it looks really nice. It definitely went over that powder with no issue. I don't see anything weird there. So this is the brush side. I feel like it blended out really well. And it's got like a seamless transition to here. I think it looks really nice with the brush. So let's try my sponge. I'm gonna kind of like pinch it so that it fits in here in this little Polly Pocket and pick some up. It does pick up on there, I don't know if you can tell. And I have this giant zip we're gonna completely ignore, okay? Oh, Amy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna flip this to a side with nothing on it. and see if I can use that to blend it into everything else. I think that looks really nice. I think that looks beautiful. What do you guys think? I do think that it is fading a little bit, so it's just like any other cream blush where like the pigment kind of sinks into your skin a little bit, so go a little bit overboard in the beginning and then let it there's no sticky feeling at all. I definitely would not set this, not even with a powder blush. I think it looks really beautiful. And it basically blended itself out. I really did not do much there. So yeah. Wow. I really like that. Let's go on to the eyeshadow stick now. Or the liquid eyeshadow. What is it called? Stay Vulnerable liquid eyeshadow. And again, I got Nearly Mauve. I got the whole set in Nearly Mauve. This packaging is so cute. I like the like flat edge so it doesn't roll around. That's super nice. So I know she came out with like a little brush with this and it kind of looked like her foundation brush but teeny tiny. So to me that's like a dense brush for some reason. I feel like that it's meant to replicate your finger is my thought process. So I did pull out the little round brush from the Elf Mint collection. I just posted a video on that. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it there. But so I pulled that out because I feel like it would be similar to that brush. And then I also pulled out, you know, my regular blending brush and then a little bit denser of a blending brush. But I do think I want to just start with my fingers because I feel like this kind of makeup is kind of meant for that person that's literally just, you know, gonna take this in the car after the gym, put it on their eyelid and kind of blend it out with their finger, and they're not going to be worried about brushes at all. So I would like to start with just my finger and see what that's like. So yeah, and again, I do think this is a lot warmer than what I thought it would be. It's kind of giving me Fenty Glow shade, like that shade, which to me is a warm shade. It's not mauve-y. So I'm gonna start at the lash line. Doesn't smell like anything. Ooh. So I'm imagining like what would I do if I was like in a hurry. I just cover my lid, right? And then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna go like this. I'm wiping my finger off and then going back in. Wiping my finger off. Trying to get in the inner corner. Then kind of go into my crease a little. So this would be kind of like if I just was like on the go, didn't use a brush at all. And I think because I did it like that, I got a lot of pigment. I feel like every picture that I saw, it was way more of a wash of color. We tap over just to make sure. Yeah, that's pretty full pigment, I would say. So that is with my finger. I'm going to go on the other side and I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to use a brush to blend it. I'm just going to kind of messily go up to the crease where I hit it when I open my eyes. And then I'm actually going to take, I think, the blending brush from that elf video, and I'm going to tap over the color and try to get it into the inner corner. Tap over the color, get it all the way to that outer corner, pulling in. Wipe off my brush a little, and then into the crease to get some blending. So this is what it looked like when I tried to blend it into the crease with a brush right away. I do feel like it's quite patchy. You can see it's like quite heavy in the inner corner. And, you know, you see like a line here and it's not exactly blended, but if I had my eyes relaxed, you don't see that as much. I feel like if I were to wear this normally, what I probably would do is some crease work first. I would put in some bronzer or maybe a little bit deeper of a brown in the crease and blend that out really well and then put this on, because I feel like the problem isn't necessarily that this is patchy, but it has absolutely nothing to blend into unless you're doing it like this, where you're not really blending into the crease at all. You're just kind of like easing the eyelid color. It does look, I feel like, better in person. It looks a little bit more choppy in the camera. In person it looks blended enough, like it looks fine. I do think the inner corner still looks just like a little bit dark. So what I'm actually gonna do is take my bronzer, like I said, so this is probably the route I personally would go, is working in the crease separately. I wouldn't necessarily work this into the crease unless you really wanted to play around, because I feel like it'd be a lot of like back and forth to get something that looked really, really nice and blended. I do feel like I kind of want to put a little bit of this down there, even though I think this is going to be very dangerous. I'm going to wipe the wand off like a lot. I'm going to go really, 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 really close to my lashes, like on my lashes. Oof. Like that. And I'm going to immediately take my smudger. Like so. I think that works. So yeah, I'm going to go off camera and put on some mascara, and then I will come back and we will do the lips. Alright, so now I have mascara on. I did put a little bit of highlighter in my inner corner. I used the Pixi by Petra Glowy Glossomer Duo in Delicate Dew. I used the more pink side, and I feel like that works as a completely finished eye look, no problem. I did get the Nearly Mauve lip product, which is what we're going to use, but I also got a mini with my order, and this is the Nearly Neutral, so I wanted to try that out too, just to show you the shade, and then I will wipe that one off and go on to the next. This one is Nearly Neutral. It is definitely more of like a I want to say like a brown tone. That's really pretty. It's really pretty, and it feels really nice, actually. You know what the feeling reminds me of? Maybelline Lifter Gloss. That's what this feeling reminds me of. It's very much like it's not sticky, it's not gloopy. It does feel very nourishing. And it does, like, it has a nice gloss to it, but I wouldn't call it gloss. You know what I mean? Not this one. This doesn't have as much gloss as the Lifter Gloss, but it feels like protective. It has like a layer over your skin. That feels really nice, actually. That feels really nice. And I like this color. I feel like it goes with my lips and my skin tone. It's something that I could wear and feel like, well, I have something on my lips. You know what I mean? But I am going to wipe this color off and put on the mauve one. Okay. So, on to Nearly Mauve. Again, I really like this packaging. Ooh. Oh. The wand on this is like a ballerina slipper, but it has like the hole in the middle to pick up the product. You know how lip wands sometimes have the hole in the middle to pick up the product? This is more mauve-y, I feel like, than the blush or the eye product was. Yeah, I like that wand too. I feel like it'd be really good for like lipsticks because you could use it as a liner really, really easily. But I think that's really pretty. And this is really comfortable. I want you to know this is very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. I think it's glossy enough. It definitely is more of like an everyday kind of gloss. It's not something that is like, I don't know, it's not extra juicy. You know what I mean? It's just nice. It's nice. I like it. I really do. This is everything on my face up close. So let's zoom out and I will give you my final thoughts. Okay, guys, final thoughts time. The blush. I really like it. I don't feel like it has faded that much on me. I think it looks like a really nice level. I don't feel like I want to go back in with more. I love the radiance of it, but how it doesn't feel sticky or wet or anything. It's a nice, like, balmy, but dries to powder type formula. So on my finger, it's quite dewy. And then when I blend it out onto my hand here, it almost has like a powder finish, but keeps the like reflectiveness as if it were dewy, and I really, really like that. The packaging is super unique and cute. I'm curious to see like if it'll eventually like fall out since it's like sitting on top of the pan, it's not really in there, or if it's eventually gonna like meld into the sides as I use it. I'm curious to see how it will look throughout its life. And it's you would be able to find this in your purse no problem because of the unique shape. I really like this, and I like the shade. I don't love the shade. I do wish it were a little bit more cool toned, but I like it. I think it looks, as Khaki would say, at home on my face. Okay, and then the eyeshadow. I like it if you are a one and done type person, you know, a little bit of this on the lid, a little bit of bronzer in the crease. I think it looks really nice as an everyday look. It's not necessarily my vibe. I love doing eyeshadow, but I could see if I were still going into the office, if I would probably really like this because I used to go to the gym first. I can imagine like taking just these three things and a bronzer and a mascara with me to the office and having myself like a nice little 5-minute face. But I do not think that it blends out into the crease well, but I do like it. And again, I do think that the shade is a bit warmer than what I was expecting. But I do like it. I want to see her come out with like fun colors because I feel like this formula would be really good in fun colors. Like I know this collection was like everyday 5-minute face type thing. But I would be interested to see more colors. I don't know if I personally would pick it up. I might, because you could probably convince me to pick up anything, honestly. But I like this, but I definitely wouldn't say this is my favorite from today. Like, it's good. It's nice. I like that it dries down matte. It has a lot more pigment than what I was expecting. I definitely thought it was going to be more sheer, which I like. But I did cover my entire lid with it. I didn't just do my lash line. You know what I mean? So the pigment stayed there a lot more than I thought it was going to. And then the Glossy lip balms. I really like these. I think this is actually like a mini that I will actually use. There's a lot of times that I get things in these teeny tiny packages that I'm like, it's too much of an, like, it's too much of a laborious thing. I don't know how to word that. For me to even attempt to use, but I really like this. I feel like it's a great everyday color for me, and the formula is really, really, really nice. This one, absolutely love it. I love this color. I think it's a really good also everyday color for me. I feel like it does feel really at home on my face. I feel like it's got a great amount of gloss without being too much. This is definitely something that I could put on and feel like it finished off my face. nicely without having to do much else, you know? But yeah, those are my final thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!